wabarakatuh. I am Herianti, SPD MPD, a lecturer from Universitas Muhammadiyah Sorong. I'm going to present my team research result entitled Investigating Students' ESP Target and Learning Needs, a case study at Tourism and Industry Program in SMK Negeri 1 Kota Sorong. These are my teams, Herianti Tahang, Yuliana A, Muhammad Fikri Soeharto, Rizal Akib, Rinda Hardianti, and Hayat Marwan Ohrella. The outline of this PPT are, the first is objective, the second is methodology, and then the third is result analysis, and the fourth conclusion. Okay, let's come into introduction. This research conducted because of some reasons. They are, ESP is very important for students at vocational high schools, and also students at vocational high school must learn ESP suited their program. And also the third, student needs are very important for designing English learning material. And the fourth, the course book and the English material used to teach travel and tourism industry program students was still general English. The objective of this research is to investigate the target and the learning needs of the travel and tourism industry program students of SMK Negeri 1 Kota Sorong in learning English. These are the literature review of the definition of some important terms in this research. The first is target needs, and the second is learning needs. Target needs is what the learner needs to do in the target situation, such as goals, necessities, lacks, and wants. And while learning needs is what the learner needs to do in order to learn, such as an input, procedure, setting, learner role, and teaching roles. The methodology of this research uh, use qualitative approach with case study design, and then the data collected using open-ended questionnaire and semi-structured interview. The participants of this research are 35 students of tourism and industry program in SMKN Negeri 1 Kota Sorong. The data analysis used were qualitative analysis framework by Miles and Heberman. Okay, this is the result of this research. Uh, the first is target needs. In case the goals, the result of goals in target needs. The data showed that students mostly uh, want to learn English in order to be able to communicate fluently, orally, or written. So 91.42% was think that the goal to learn English is to be able to communicate orally and written. Having a good score, nobody answered but that, and then passing the exam only answered by 0.20x percent of students. It means that they understand the goal of learning English actually. The second target needs necessities. Based on this data, based on the data, students still believe that the necessity of learning English is to understand, to be able to speak, to communicate also, and the learning material or the important subject that really they need is in this program is tour guide. Mostly the necessities they answer suited with the use of English as communication tools. The, the next was lax. The student think that they need intermediate proficiency level when using when learning English, I mean, and then also minimally they have their beginner level proficiency, such as minimally they are able to compose a simple sentence, and also they have 51.42% students believe agree that they have difficulties to pronounce and memorize English vocabulary. The next is the last target needs is one. The students choose the questionnaire that uh, has mastering vocabulary statements because as before that they really need to master vocabulary because they still lack of that, and then also students prefer to see the text when teacher present, but actually students also expect interesting layout when the teacher providing English lesson. Okay, now we are going to come into the learning need. The first is input. Based on input, students really want to have an input uh, by using picture, and also they need a daily life situation when using English, and they also need monologue and dialogue with picture for listening. They also like to have an input by listening approximately with no more than 100 words, and also they need an input such as dialogue for speaking. And then the next learning needs are procedures. These procedures, uh, when learning English through skills, for listening, students like answering questions orally, and also for speaking, students like um, wants a role play, and then also practicing dialogue and monologue. And for reading, students like to comprehend and translating text, and also like to answering question based on the text. The next learning needs setting. Based on the questionnaires data answered by the students, students mostly like to learn English in individual setting. It means that they really want to improve their speaking, their English individually. And the second settings, they like to learn English pairs, uh, then small group, uh, big groups, and others. Actually, uh, this data show that most of students like to learn English in the individually setting. Next learning needs is learner roles. Based on this data, 71.42% of students expected to be actively participated in the learning process. So this is this data would be the nice or the good suggestion for teacher when doing teaching and learning process in the classroom. The next, teacher role. The student expected that teacher can read the text and translate it directly together with the students. And the next, teacher explains the and working on exercise, explaining the exercise here, and also student expected that the teacher guides the student in discussion. And then this data provided that only 0.57 students choose that they are expected to be controlled around the class while teacher giving the comment in the classroom process. Okay, while the same structure interview done, all of the statement of the student support the data gathered from the open-ended questionnaire. So this research concludes that the students' target in learning English were to communicating English fluently, both in spoken and written, and to be successful both in workplace and in higher education, to have an advanced English proficiency level, to be a guide or travel and tourism agency, and also the student learning needs were learning English spoken and written, with picture as inputs, learning the short text with a specific topic related to the program, learning English with various activities to become active and independent learner, and student also expected to participate actively in learning process. However, the student they still need the teacher to read the text and translate it directly when teaching. Okay, thank you very much. If you have any questions, you may ask and comment below this video. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.